Welcome to the MFR Coaches Podcast, where we talk about how you can create a six-figure MFR practice. I'm your host, Heather Hommel. Not only have I been practicing MFR for 11 years, I'm also a life and business coach, especially for MFR therapists. My goal is for you to understand how to get fully booked, how to talk to your clients, and how to make sure they understand what's possible for them with MFR treatment. I'm here to help you stop under-earning, overworking, and burning out. I'll lend support so you can create the MFR practice you've always wanted. Learn how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town, and even if you're just starting out, and even if you've ran your practice for years. Let's go. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, the MFR coach, Heather Hommel. I help MFR therapists to create six-figure businesses while working 20 hours or less per week so that you never under-earn and you never burn out. I want to talk about how I think about investing in programs. And since we're talking about investing in my coaching program, I thought this was the perfect time to talk about one of my favorite aspects and assets that is available in this program. But before we talk about that, when I invest in programs or business help, I like to have at least a return on my investment of 5 times. So, for instance, if you pay $3,000 to learn how to create $100,000 in your business, that's a 33% return on investment, which is way more than 5 times your investment, right? 5 times 3 would be $15,000. So, once you learn how to create $100,000, and you do it over and over and over again, you continue to compound the return on investment. And for anyone listening or who is deciding that they need to wait for X, Y, and Z to happen in order to afford help in their business, I want you to ask yourself the question is, how much is it actually costing you to wait? Ask yourself this question. It is super important. And I ask myself this all of the time when I'm making decisions about my business, right? Investing in my business and growing my skills and expanding my capacity to handle more pressure and to making more money, all of these things. What do I need in order to become the person that has a 6-figure business? What do I need in order to become a MFR business owner if you don't have one? And really getting clear on what skills do you have, what business skills do you have, and what do you believe you need to make that easier for you? Because the more ease you create at the top end of your business, the easier your business will be, right? And the more money you will make and the more clients you will create because you have this sense of ease that you've created in your business. One of my favorite assets inside this program is the live coaching calls that we have every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central. So you can just plan that like clockwork. Every Tuesday, we're having these calls. I want to go over what I believe are the benefits to having access to live coaching every week for a year and how you can use it to get the most out of your investment and time inside the program. I think it's a common thought that listening to this program or listening to this podcast is good enough for your business. And while I believe that the free content I put out here is extraordinarily powerful and helpful, the problem with having a one-sided relationship by getting all your information from a podcast is that you can't get your questions answered. When I say something that you don't quite understand, or when I say something on here and you need more information, the conversation just stops, right? Like I sign off and I go away. It also leaves a lot open for you to interpret and try to figure out on your own, which can take a lot of time and can also lead you to make decisions that don't work out for you. And most of the time what happens is you'll have an aha moment, but no follow through. You'll get busy, you'll get distracted, or there's just not enough information to put it into action. So I just want to caution you that while I do think this podcast is pretty damn amazing, and I put a lot of time and money into producing it for you so that you get a lot of value out of it, it is just a tip of what you get from being actually coached. Enrollment for my 12-month coaching program starts January 31st. And to kick things off, we're having a live call that's happening at noon Central. So that's right. Mark your calendars off for noon Central Time Zone, January 31st. To register for that call, go to www.themfrcoach.com/live call. During that call, you can ask me anything. And I'm bringing a panel of current coaching clients to spill all the details about what it's really like inside the program when you get coached by me. Hear their real results, their real struggles, and ask them any kind of question that you have. They're going to answer it, and so will I. When you attend this live call, I'm also going to be giving you a very special bonus when you join the coaching program. This special bonus is only going to be available if you attend that call live. So go and register at www.themfrcoach.com/live call. Block off your schedule for January 31st at noon Central and start writing down those questions. I'll see you at the end of the month. I want you to think about my favorite part, which is the live conversation and coaching that you get inside the program, where you can ask a question and get an answer, where you can end the struggle or the drama you have and start implementing whatever it is that you need to implement, knowing exactly what to do without any confusion and zero panic. And this is what we do on live calls. You can bring anything you have drama on, which is usually your rate, something your clients did or said, your space that you're working in and something that happened around that, your policies, or your money. And you get help so you feel confident talking to your clients about rates, your policies, or whatever they did or said, and about selling MFR. And when you have confidence in these areas about your rate, your policy, and selling MFR, it is absolutely inevitable that you will become fully booked and that you will help more people quicker and that you will make more money than ever. Also on these calls, we evaluate. We break down the interactions you have had with your clients that didn't go well, the ones where they didn't rebook, the ones where they late canceled, and we come up with exactly what to do differently next time to get the outcome that you want, not the outcome that you think is always going to happen, right? You want to be able to rebook people. You want to be able to have those packages sold. You want to have the ability to uphold policies so you always get paid if people don't follow your policies. And that is the value of being on these calls every week. Every week for an entire year, increasing your ability to have a business where you have 6 figures in revenue and you see 20 clients or less per week. And the sooner you're able to create this, the more ease you will have in making money and the more ease you will have in selling MFR. And it starts from the beginning. These live calls have helped people to leave their jobs way sooner than the therapist has ever imagined or thought possible. And then they go on to create fully booked schedules at the rate that they want to be paid in their MFR only business, working less hours than ever, usually 20 hours or less per week. These calls have helped people to get stronger in their sales so that they can feel completely confident and totally in control talking about and selling MFR to their clients instead of feeling scared and confused and just leaving it up to the client. These live calls and live coaching have helped therapists to decide their rate that allows them to never under-earn or burn out. These calls have helped clients to quickly switch from dramatic thinking about client interactions to feeling neutral and even calm about interactions so that one interaction that doesn't go their way doesn't have to affect the rest of their day, their week, or any part of their brain space outside of their business. And that is amazing. I think there's so many clients, so many therapists, clients of mine, but therapists walking around with so much drama going on in their heads that they don't enjoy their business the way that is possible for them to enjoy it. These calls have seen so many celebrations, people hitting their first fully booked week, their first 5K month, their first 10K month, the first time they've sold a package, their first 30K quarter, their first 100K in a calendar year, and their first 100K in 6 months. We've had all of these celebrations multiple times, and we will continue to have them on these calls. We celebrate, we talk about money, we do things on these calls that don't happen in any other place in your life. These calls have changed the suffering mentality to mentalities of courage and unstoppable confidence. We do this in minutes. It doesn't take a lot of time, and we do this every week. When you can get coached and help your mind feel managed, you feel more in control and you behave as someone that's more in control. You sell more MFR and you make more money than ever, and you will feel a lot better doing all of that. Building a business takes work, and it can feel hard and it can feel heavy. That is optional. It can also feel isolating working in a profession that people don't understand and one where you work all day, every day by yourself. But by having the opportunity to connect each and every week for an hour with other MFR therapists who are creating powerful businesses, you get to be a member of a community with interactions that you can count on each and every week that keep you feeling this connection, feeling connected, feeling supported, and helping you through anything that feels hard or unmanageable in your business so that you learn how to manage it and you learn how to expand your ability to create even bigger things inside your business. I'll be back soon with another episode of the MFR Coaches podcast. I can't wait to share more with you then. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a minute and rate and review the podcast. I appreciate it. For more information, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The MFR Coach. And check out my website, www.themfrcoach.com, for more information. If you are currently not working 20 hours or less and making six figures in your MFR business, I want to help you change that. Make sure you tune into the show and get on my email list so you never miss out on important trainings and information. To be the first to find out when we are enrolling next for my 12-month Business Foundations coaching program, get on that email list at www.themfrcoach.com/join. Inside this program, you'll learn how to raise your rate, overcome objections, and sell MFR. You'll become the MFR therapist that never under-earns and never burns out. It's up to us to make MFR mainstream, and it starts with you and your successful MFR practice. See you next week.